Paramount has always been a big player, but hasn't been that visible with all these other huge networks and streaming services. But that's about to change. Who has been cast for the final attraction series? What's new in the world of Yellowstone? What was the insult that awoke a ferocious writer's voice in Yellowstone's Taylor Sheridan? Stay tuned if you want to hear all about it. Let's start things off with Amanda Peet has been cast for Fatal Attraction series. When Fatal Attraction first came out in 1987, it was groundbreaking. A horror that was terrifying not only because of its bizarreness, but reality. It was a huge success that won almost everyone involved Academy Award nominations. But despite its success, it didn't have a great outcome for everyone. Since then, Glenn Close, who portrayed the original Alex Forrest, has opened up about how she hated the ending. And if given the script today, she would have given much more attention to the mental illness part of the story. A part that was completely overlooked back in the 80s, and the film's depiction ultimately perpetuated the damaging image that society had of mental illness. And to some degree, it still has. This time, Paramount Television Studios and Amblin Television will explore the various themes of the original through the lens of modern attitudes, especially when it comes to the depiction of strong women, coercive control, and personality disorders. Previously confirmed for the roles of Dan and Beth Gallagher are Fringe's Joshua Jackson and Castle Rock's Lizzie Kaplan, respectively. Hopefully, this time around, Paramount will give us a better understanding of the role of mental illness. Filming is scheduled to start in July, and we'll hope to have more updates soon. Next, Secret Headquarters with Owen Wilson to debut on Paramount+. Even though we still don't have a trailer to this day, there has been an update regarding how the new original superhero movie starring Owen Wilson is going to be released. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Secret Headquarters was supposed to be released in theaters in Canada and the United States on Friday, August 5th, 2022. But it looks like Paramount realized a change of course would be more prudent, given their plans to put more emphasis on producing content targeted at families and children for its rising streaming service. So Secret Headquarters isn't going to be in theaters at all anymore. Instead, it will debut on Paramount+, where it will be exclusively available. But when exactly is still unknown. It's possible it will just be released on August 5th, but no confirmation has been given on that front yet. And where is that trailer? For now, all we know is that Secret Headquarters is about a group of school children who discover the headquarters of a superhero and are forced to defend it from a crew of villains. Oh, and it has Owen Wilson in it. Some others who are joining him are Abby James Witherspoon, Michael Pena, Momona Tamata, Keith L. Williams, Walker Scobell, and Jesse Williams. Following, 6666 has been moved to Paramount Network. It's been a while since another spin-off of Yellowstone, 6666, was announced by Paramount in February 2021. So far, not a lot has happened when it comes to this particular spin-off. But then again, we all know how hard our favorite creator Taylor Sheridan works, and there are quite a few of his shows in various stages of development as we speak. Still, we're getting a little impatient. What is happening with this show? No trailer, no release date. Despite that, plans have changed. Just like Owen Wilson's Secret Headquarters, Paramount has changed its mind about how it wants to go about releasing its titles. When 6666 finally does come out, it will run on the linear network first. When it has had its run on the linear network, episodes will be made available to stream on demand. But when this is going to be, no one really seems to know. This does seem to signal that Paramount is doubling down on its intention to spread out its powers, and not just put all its energy in expanding its streaming service. Paramount has always been known for quality productions, and they're not going to stop that now. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss out on the rest of this video. Next, who are joining Yellowstone spin-off 1932? What do we know about Yellowstone Season 5 so far? And what was the insult that awoke a ferocious writer's voice in Yellowstone's Taylor Sheridan? Watch until the end of the video to find out. First, we have Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren are joining Yellowstone spin-off 1932. A show that does seem to finally get going is another one of the Yellowstone spin-offs is 1932. 1932 follows the Dutton family at a time of Prohibition, the Great Depression, and westward expansion. It's a follow-up to 1883, in which you follow the story of the Dutton family as they make their way to Montana to find what will become the Yellowstone Ranch. You know, the one from Yellowstone, the one that set all of these spin-offs in motion. One of 9 shows that Taylor Sheridan is currently working on. And to bring this particular one to life, 1932, he has caught some very big fish. Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren have been confirmed to be joining the Yellowstone spin-off. Ford has had it very busy as of late. In April, it was announced that he's to star in the upcoming Apple comedy series Shrinking, his first major TV role ever, making 1932 the second one Ford has signed for. He's probably best known for his work in movies like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and is sure to bring some of that classic Hollywood into the new spin-off. And next to Ford, we have the gorgeous Helen Mirren, who has so many awards and nominations in her name, we'd be better off giving her a documentary of her own. Just for her role in The Queen alone, she earned herself the Academy Award, BAFTA, and Golden Globe. We can't wait for 1932 to be released. Next up, what do we know about Season 5 of Yellowstone so far? With all these spin-offs in the making, it's hard to keep up with what is going to be released when or not. But when it comes to the mothership of all, you don't have anything to worry about. Kevin Costner himself has revealed that the Dutton family will be back in November as usual. On Sunday, November 13th, 2022, Yellowstone will be back on the Paramount Network to pick up where we left off last season. A lot of fans think that the time has come for Beth to settle down and maybe calm down a little bit. But actress Kelly Riley isn't so sure. She says her character's days as a married woman may not be lived out in peace, partly because she's simply much too fierce. But she may have to get herself together regardless, because some behind-the-scenes pictures have stirred up some heat and convinced a whole lot of fans that John Dutton is indeed becoming the mayor in the upcoming 5th season, an idea which has the fan base divided. Some think it would be a great idea because it would force the running of the ranch into the hands of Beth and Rip. Others don't think it's going to end so well. Beth is still in a pretty intense feud with Carolyn Warner, who's played by Jackie Weaver after all. And at last, the insult that awoke a ferocious writer's voice in Yellowstone's Taylor Sheridan. Sometimes what we're dreaming of is not the life of our dreams, and the same can be said for the life and rise of Taylor Sheridan. Long before he became the master scriptwriter that he is these days, Sheridan was an actor just trying to get by and feed his family. When he was cast to play Deputy Chief David Hale on Sons of Anarchy, Sheridan thought he'd finally caught the momentum he needed to make it big. Instead, he would find himself asking for a raise. Around this time, his attorney told him that the studio was never going to pay him more, because they didn't think he was worth more. There are 50 of him, he's 11 on the call sheet, the attorney said, which is when Sheridan decided he had had enough of it. He quit acting cold turkey, began typing, and hasn't looked back since. And now he's carrying the fortunes of Paramount Plus on his broad shoulders. Instead of watching himself sink lower and lower on the call sheet, Sheridan decided to take control over his life and turned it around. He spends his day writing, producing, directing, and showrunning. Without him, we wouldn't have Wind River, Sicario, Hell or High Water, or even Yellowstone. So if ever you don't know what you're doing in life, remember that it's never too late to change course and start again. And that was it. What are your expectations for the new Paramount Plus Fatal Attraction series? Do you think having John Dutton as mayor in Yellowstone's new season is going to be a good idea? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.